this California dream for all a scam? Is it worth it? Do you really want to give a sliver of your upside to the state of California? Maybe we should just talk about down payment assistance altogether. Let's have this conversation with Matt, the mortgage guy. Matt, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing great, man. And this is a great conversation to have. Literally had this conversation in the sauna at the gym. Happened to run into a fellow loan officer, met him for the first time. He goes, you're Matt, the mortgage guy. And then got to talk to somebody who recently bought a house last year who was thinking about down payment assistance. So with California Dream for All, round 3 or whatever round it is, being a week away, good conversation to have. And I'll give you my honest take. People know from one rental at a time, you're going to get my honest take. You can agree with it. You can disagree. Just my thoughts based on conversations and based on, what I've seen and what I know and what I think that I feel good recommending. Okay.
Yeah. So let's level set just in case somebody hasn't heard of California Dream for All. It is one of the many flavors of down payment assistance. It is something sponsored by the California government. It is basically a pile of money. I think the first year was something like 50 million and then it went up to 100 million. The pile of money doesn't really matter, but the program basically says this: the state of California will help you with your down payment. It might give you 10%, it might give you 20%, but here's the catch, here's the kicker. They will then take the upside. And, many people think like, hey, I mean, let's be clear. Logically speaking, that is fair. If they put up 20% and they should get 20% of the upside. But when you step back and you look at the bigger picture and you look at some of the other low down payment assistance programs, maybe there's a way you could get in for 3.5 without giving up 20%, without carrying this silent second. So again, there are bigger pictures. And frankly, I don't know if I'd want to do anything with the state of California, but heck, California Dream for All round 3 is right around the corner. What you got? Tell us some more.
Right. Yeah. I think where I really, kind of push back is people leading with this, right? If you're a real estate agent, if you're a loan officer, if your marketing is like,
do you remember I remember year 1 this came out and it was all over my feed for like 3 seconds. Why? Because it was all gone in 7 days. Do you remember how fast that went?
Oh yeah. They went through whatever it was. I think it might've even been like 100 million and it was like less than 5 business days. Yeah. It was all gone. It was all assigned. And so, for somebody who was in that lottery raffle, if you waited and, I'm not going to buy a house. Some people even had the down payment. And quite honestly, that first round, before they put some guardrails on it, there was people that made hundreds of thousands a year. There was people that had $300,000 in the bank, Mike, that said, why use mine? I'll use California's. But, just for people that don't know, let me run through it real quick, right? Up to 20% down, which is going to help some people that only qualify for 370 maybe because they're, putting 3% down on 370, their DTI is capped. Well, 500 with 20% down and a $400,000 loan with no MI, maybe that's the same payment.
And MI is mortgage insurance for folks that don't know.
So it helps them buy more. There's no monthly payment on that 20% that California gives you. It's just a silent second.
Correct.
Part of the problem is it's going to hurt. It's going to hinder you and hurt you from refinancing. But people are going to say, well, I don't have it, or it helps me, with the cash out of pocket. For me, the biggest thing that I don't like is the shared equity. I just believe that, like, for most people, especially the ones that are looking at assistance programs and are looking at some of this stuff and might be low income, it's like, I'm the first person in my household, my family, to ever buy a house. Yeah. And you've thought about it, dreamed about it, worked hard, maybe saved a little. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to partner with California, this like massive upside of owning real estate where it appreciates 5-6% year on year. And you've got, a mountain of equity at the end of 20 and 30 years. You're going to give that away.
Well, let's play with that a little bit, because I don't think people really appreciate the math. And now I'm going to make these super simple numbers so I can do the math in my head. Let's say you buy a house in Sacramento for $500,000. The state of California kicks in 100, which means they own 20% of the upside. So now that property over the course of 20 years doubles to $1 million. I want people to realize what happens if you sell or refi at the end of that 20 years. So the state of California is going to get back their first 100 grand, right? That silent second comes due. So that $1 million, turns into 900. And then there was this upside of $500,000. So they're also going to get another 100 grand, which will take you down from 9 to 800. So you purchased a house for 500 grand. You now have $300,000 that you will get in that transaction. Just so it's clear what happened. That $500,000 in profit or growth from purchase very quickly turns into 300 grand. And I'm not sure people realize, the numbers behind the numbers.
Yeah. And like I talked about, Mike, I'm basing my opinions on conversations. Unison, that big equity share company based in the Bay Area that helped a lot of people. $100,000 and you put $100,000. Theirs was worse, honestly, because it was like our $100,000 down and we're going to get 33% of the upside. People called me in tears. I mean, it was sad. Because Unison was owed $542,000 because they bought for $1 million. It was worth 1.8. They owed 33% of the upside plus the 100 that was borrowed. So it's not as bad in that sense, but what hurt for anybody who used really any down payment assistance 2018 and 19 was these silent second loans. In some cases, they had thirds. Everybody was refinancing to 3%. And this is where, I got really upset. And I had this conversation this morning, your engineer who makes.
So let me, because again, I don't know how this works because I've never done this. So let's just say you did buy in 18, you were part of these and you wanted to refi in 2021. Does the paperwork say you have to pay that off? They don't subordinate. They don't stay in position on a refi.
Some do and some don't.
Oh, shoot. Oh,
right.
Painful.
And I think there's even some from Cal HFA that will say, we'll do it once.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do it once. Yeah.
Yeah. Sense. But not multiple times. But either way, it's like limiting and restricting versus
for sure.
I own this house, and the conversations that I was having this morning, sometimes, rather than have California be your partner, what if your parents said, let's give you 5% as a gift? That would have been given to you, when we passed as inheritance, but let's give it to you now and let's partner in something that's going to grow. I just plugged it in real quick, Mike, because I'm curious numbers wise. That $500,000 house at 5% appreciation, California is, as much as people knock it, 5.9% over the last 40 years. So 5% is not a stretch.
Not crazy. Yeah.
It's worth 1.3 in 20 years. And so,
so $1 million was conservative.
Right. Exactly. So it's gone up 800. You owe California 160 plus the 100 they gave you. You owe them $250,000 for being your partner. Some might argue, well, you bought a $500,000 house. You got that, but
better than renting. Come on, Matt. It's better than renting.
Maybe it is. I just think that, I want people to find a way, because the other part of it too is there's going to be people that just sit on their hands, Mike, and they are part of this lottery. They're 90% of the people that don't get chosen because it's going to be popular. It was the first two go around, so I'd have no doubt it will be again. And so 1 in 10 is going to get the lucky ticket. And then the other problem is with their lucky ticket, last time Cal HFA was so slammed, Mike, they couldn't close a loan in 30 days to save their life. Yeah. If 2026 is competitive and people are getting 6, 8, 10 offers, you don't need 15 offers, just 6 offers. You think the seller and the seller's agent are going to say, oh, let's wait 37 days for Cal HFA to close. Let's give this person a chance. No, they're going to go to the person that closed in 17 days. And 17 days doesn't mean this person is putting 50% down. That might be 3 or 3.5% down, but they're doing a regular loan with their down payment and they're working with somebody who can close it quickly. So I don't know. I don't want to knock it and just say it's terrible. I just want to say buyer beware. It doesn't fit for everybody, and don't let, fancy marketing or, somebody talk you into something, generally speaking, and this is true for most things in life, and you'll agree with this, Mike, there's no free lunch, right?
Yes,
and so
exactly.
There's going to be strings attached, and you just want to make sure that it's worthwhile. And, in the case where you can do it without, I think you usually should.
Yeah. So I'll say a couple of things to wrap this up. So again, California Dream for All, I'm going to say it this way. I think it's a well-intentioned program. I think if you happen to be an individual where this is your only way to get into the game, it's obviously, it's expensive, right? Giving away 20% or 10% of the upside is expensive. But if you can't get in the game without that ticket, I think the math is simple. I do think it's better than renting. I do think that. I think there are a lot other worse down payment assistance programs for sure, right? This one is expensive, but not egregious, in my opinion. But I think the last thing you said is probably the most important thing. I think there's a lot of people that don't understand that if they worked with a mortgage professional like yourself, there are other ways. I think there are too many people out there that are just addicted to the California Dream for All and will just keep running the lottery back until they get one. And I think that's a mistake. Because again, this program will be, it's a small pile of money when you think about the size of the California real estate market. And depending on this to be your answer, your only answer, probably a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, we live in a society that wants a shortcut, that wants a silver bullet, that wants something that's like the answer.
Yeah.
The answer is buying a house might not be easy. Buying a house might take a little bit of discipline and a little bit of work and a little bit of planning, but that's okay. Right? Even with the Dream for All, you're going to have to plan and apply and do some stuff. But, that's where I think people get off is like, they think that something, because it's marketed, is magic. There's no magic, right? It's
no magic.
It's all going to take work and take discipline on your side. Make sure you know what you're getting into. As always, you want to talk to me and my team, go to mtmg.com. I actually, because I know people that are really passionate about this program, refer it to them. And so, if you're interested in California Dream for All, know that, me and my team aren't going to personally handle that. We're going to refer you to somebody who does. And knowing what I know and having this conversation with other loan officers, 8 out of 10 or even 9 out of 10 of those people are not going to get it. They're going to end up being
bless you.
Allergic to California Dream for All. Sorry. They're gonna end up saving, putting the other plan, doing FHA 3.5% down, or doing something else down the road, which is great, right? If you're having the conversation and you're learning and you're working towards owning a home, I think it's a good thing. Just don't expect, some magic bullet that is the answer to your prayers, because everything's got, pros and cons, and there's a trade-off everywhere. No free lunch.
Awesome. MTMG.com, folks. Matt, the mortgage guy. You're amazing. Take care. Have a good week.
All right. Thanks. You too, Mike.